You know, I see now that this man, this whole thing, this will never go away. It will always be part of us. I just made a video about embracing our history, and Matthew Stafford is part of our history. As much as I can't stand this ongoing saga, I understand that it is part of our history. This man is more, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the time that we live in with social media. I have no idea. But to me, it seems like that that this Matthew Stafford is bigger than, in a way, than Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. Now, I want you to be very clear. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm not saying that I believe that. I'm saying it seems like that. When Barry retired, we're talking about 1999. There were no cell phones. Cell phones were just starting. Smartphones. I mean, cell phones, you had to have a giant battery pack, and you had to pay by the minute. It was ridiculous. In order for you to carry a cell phone, it was like a purse that you had to carry. Then when Megatron retired in 2016, you know, things were different then. But Matthew Stafford, for some reason, I just don't understand why we're like this, specifically Detroit Lions fans. But the reason that I'm bringing this up is because Matthew Stafford was supposed to be on Quarterback, the Netflix series, but apparently he turned it down. And I see why, because the Rams did something called Locked In, and it was 43 minutes. It was like Quarterback on speed. So instead of 8 episodes or 9 episodes of Quarterback, it was all of that condensed into 44 minutes. So I'm guessing Stafford didn't have the time or the patience to have a crew follow him around for months and months and months. All right. So they had, I think it started in week 10 or something like that, and it all got condensed into 43 minutes. But we're having a conversation about every time Stafford comes up, all right, we have this conversation about what he means to us. Now, I am going to be very clear that this is my opinion. This is my fandom. This is how I feel. I make videos about how I feel, and you watch, right? So I'm not telling anybody how they're supposed to feel. It does get frustrating at times, but I'm not telling anybody how they should feel when it comes to Matthew Stafford. That's part of the being a fan, is how different we all are. I was livid after the NFC title game, was absolutely livid, right? But some of y'all weren't. It took me a while. I'm still recovering from that. But some of you guys are like, we'll get him next year, right? But when it comes to Matthew Stafford, there is something that I've never seen anything like it when it comes to a Detroit Lions player. Now, this whole thing came from the Locked In, was released yesterday. It's on the Rams YouTube channel. If you want to check it out, I'll link the whole video in the description. But we're about to kind of bring in a clip that he talked about. The Detroit Lions were like that playoff game covered like the last 7 to 5 minutes. So if you only care about the Detroit Lions, all right, and that leading up to that game, I would say skip to like the 40-minute mark, and you'll see it's like week 16 or 15 where the media, you know, is starting to shape up that the Detroit Lions are going to play the Rams. And this came from, this is the way that I feel, okay? And I've said this in multiple videos before, and this is my fandom. Matthew Stafford is like an ex-wife. I'm not going to cheer for an ex-wife. Your ex-wife or ex-spouse, right? They don't get to leave, find happiness, marry somebody else, and then come back to you if it doesn't work out. Or once they've had their feel of the good life, they're going to come back home, right? Because you were always the right one. You were always the one, right? They just needed some time to figure it out, right? That's how it is for me. Now, I've been called weird. I've been called a lot of things. That's how I feel. I don't care anything about this guy coming back at all, right? When he comes to Detroit, I will boo him. When he comes back to retire, I will do everything possible to get there. I will boo him, and I will cheer Jared Goff. If I could bring in a loudspeaker, I would do that and put the just Jared Goff chants on repeat. You don't choose to walk away and then expect love when you come back. But here's the thing that I am trying to get across the Lions fans. Stafford knew exactly what they were going to do, aka us, in that playoff game. He says it in the video. I don't think it's this video. It might not be this in this 45-second clip, but he says that. He was like, yeah, people were saying I was going to get a standing ovation and they were going to cheer me. He said, I knew exactly what I was going to get when I walked in there, right? This is a football team. Quote, they love their Lions. He no longer plays here. They love their Lions, as we should. We should not love. I said this 3 years ago. You are a fan of the team over the person. Josh Reynolds is gone. I miss him. I'm going to miss him. And I wish him well at Denver, but that's where it stops. That's where it stops. It's going to kind of make me sick seeing Josh Reynolds in a Denver uniform. It really is, right? But he's gone. That's it. So for me, that's it with Stafford. I don't do. Listen, I want to be very clear. I don't. Him being him as a man, Stafford the man. He's an awesome dude. Charities, all that stuff. Good guy. I'm not saying anything about him and his man, his character. This is all about the game of football. 100%. When it comes to the football field, Stafford is dead to me. That's it, right? But I thought that this was very telling of Stafford. Stafford has tried to be stoic. We know when he was here. Could you imagine Stafford being here now with Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes and the way that this Detroit Lions, Stafford needed to leave. It was long overdue. It was the way it went down for me. It was the total dismissal of the Detroit Lions. This is my opinion. It was what the media drove as to how crappy the city was. See, I'm a real Detroit Lions fan. I am a Detroit Lions fan, period. I'm not a man's fan. I came here. I'm not a man's fan, all right? I'm a Lions fan. That's period. I go where they go. I flew to LA in 2021 to watch our 0-5 Detroit Lions play our old quarterback because that's how important supporting my team was. And Jared Goff. Okay, I saw the little whack reception they gave him. All right? So, with that being said, here's what Stafford had to say. A little brief 45-second clip. Let me put on my headphones. I should have had these on already. So we can listen together. This thing is not going to die. So I know now that this thing is not, it's not going to die. This is how it's going to be. So I try to get away from talking about this, but this is how it's going to be when it comes to Stafford. It's going to be like this until he retires and after he retires. Here's what he had to say about the leading up to that game.
Reigns.
Booed the out of me, which was cool.
When he was booed coming out, it was good closure for me to be like, I want to kind of rip their hearts out.
Fired me up to go out there and try and throw for 400 and a bunch of touchdowns and let them know what they were missing.
These two quarterbacks, Reigns.
Wait a minute. Did you see that? Did you hear what I said? What I heard? First of all, Stafford, Kelly talking about rip their heart out. Get over here. We ripped yours out. That's number one. And two, you see the tough guy, the stoic Stafford? He actually felt something. Now I know why you cry. I know why you cry now. See all of that stuff? Yeah, dog. You was hurting too, weren't you? You was hurting too. I wanted to throw for 400 yards and, quote, show them what they were missing. You left. You left by decision. So all for 3 years, if you've been wondering, Stafford and his feelings, even before and after the game, for 3 years, you've been wondering how he felt? Oh, yeah, bring that stuff. Yeah, the brother was hurting to show them what they were missing. Didn't look like we missed much of nothing, did it? So for me, I love this because for the first time since he left, he showed feeling. He showed that, you know what? Yeah, man, I've spent 12 years of my life. See, what y'all, I don't know if y'all understand this. And again, this is what makes us different fans. We don't get to leave. It's some of y'all that live, y'all don't live in Detroit. You've never been to the state of Michigan, to the city of Detroit. You've never been to a Lions game, period. You live in the lower 48 and Alaska and Hawaii. You live in Europe. You live in Africa. You live in Germany. And guess what? You are a Lions fan. Wherever I go, he's going to go. No, wherever I go, I will remain a Lions fan. California, Florida, it doesn't matter. I'm getting YouTube TV and I'm watching the Detroit Lions. Right? Not going to catch me at a Tampa Bay game. right? Wearing the Tampa Bay jersey. I do it on my other channel for fun to support the people that support me. But you're not going to catch me becoming, it's okay. If you want to be, if you move and you cheer for two teams, that is your business. Born and raised in the city of Detroit ain't going to happen for me, right? I am a loyal, diehard, ride or die Detroit Lions fan. Wherever I go, they're going to go. I keep thinking of my buddy. My buddy, every time I say wherever I go, they're thinking he's going to go, my buddy. Anyway, I'm an 80s baby, all right? Stafford, now I know why you cry. The truth came out. Now that the game is over, I don't know when this was recorded, but the truth came out. Stafford, stoic Stafford, emotionless Stafford. He's got feelings. He's got feelings. Let me play that. I'm going to play that one more time because I want to hear it again.
To be like, I want to kind of rip their hearts out.
Fired me up to go out there and try and throw for 400 and a bunch of touchdowns and let them know what they were missing.
These two quarterbacks.
Yeah, as I said before, get over here. And we ripped your heart out, sent you to the crib early. You know what I love more than anything is I love how we came together. We came together. I mean, we're fighting leading up to this game. Should we ban Matthew Stafford jerseys? Let me catch you in a Matthew Stafford jersey. All of this stuff. We made national headlines. We were called classless because we didn't want to support a dude who used to play for our team. In my opinion, that is the mark of a true Detroit Lions fans. Now, I know y'all going to be mad. I know a lot of y'all going to be upset. Y'all have called me not a fan. But I think that is the mark of a true Detroit Lions fans. But I know some of y'all going to disagree. And that's okay. Because everybody has their own fandom. I don't roll like that. No, sir. No way. No how. This guy chose to leave our team. He's no longer part of our team. He does not get to come back and retire. Not in my eyes. You can do whatever you want. If I make it to that game, I will make sure I boo him. As a matter of fact, I told Rocked On this. During the ceremony, if I'm at that game, I'm in the hallway. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to the bathroom. How about that? What I look like? Cool. Hey, come on back, man. You gave so much. Yeah, you took a beating. Yes, you did. And I appreciate you while you were here. But you ain't here no more, dog. Oh, that's over. That's over. Enjoy your new life. Sunny LA, because you know it never rains. Get that championship. We going to be all right. And guess what? We are. So let me know your thoughts, man. I have embraced this thing because it ain't going nowhere. No, I'm not going to talk about it. It ain't going nowhere. Stafford, this whole Stafford conversation will be here. Why am I here? After I'm gone. It ain't going nowhere. So I'm going to talk about it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, the link for this video will be in my description so you can watch it. That's all I got to say about that. That's what you're going to hear from me.